So here we've got a few parts of this question which is dealing with manipulation of algebra. So we need to look at some keywords, simplify, make sure to write less. Here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. We obviously want to be writing less than that in some way. So when we're bringing terms together to shorten it down, we always look for like terms, and we keep the signs that are with each term to the right. So let's get this right then. So we've got 4 y's. Any more y's to deal with? Nope. Then we've got x's to deal with. So we've got plus 2x, keep the signs with the term, and then we've got plus another 3x. So here we've got plus 2x plus 3x. Well, that's going to make plus 5x. And then we've got two numbers here. We've got negative 3, and then we're adding 8. So negative 3 add 8 is positive 5, so plus 5. So we bring all these like terms together to make the final statement. So we've got 4y left plus 5x plus 5. So we're writing less than what we originally had. So that's what simplify is about. So 4y's plus 5x's plus 5. The next part talks about factorize. Well, factorize means find factors and put into brackets. So we're going to ask ourselves, is this going to be 2 brackets or a single bracket? Well, the decision's made by, is there a common factor to both terms here? Well, we can see automatically that there's an x in both, and there's number 9 and number 6, which have a common factor of 3. So we are going to be doing a single bracket factorisation here. So when we're dealing with single bracket factorisations, then we need the highest common factor outside a bracket, and inside the bracket is what's left when we've divided through. So what have we got? When we look at 9x squared and 6xy, we can see that the highest common factor of 9 and 6 is 3. And when we look at the letters terms, then we've got x squared and x, so the highest common factor of that is x. And we've got no y in the first term, so we can't do anything with the y's. So that means the answer then is going to have 3x outside the bracket. And literally then we're asking ourselves, what are we multiplying 3x by to give us 9x squared? And what are we multiplying 3x by to give us 6xy? Well, one way of thinking about it is to do 9x squared divided by 3x. So 9 divided by 3 is 3, x squared divided by x is x, and then to do negative 6xy over 3x, and we've got 6 divided by 3, which is 2, still got the negative sign. X divided by x means it's cancelled to 1, and y is left. So inside here then will be 3x take away 2y. So factorise fully, then we look for the highest common factor because both of these terms had some common factors, so it'll be a single bracket factorisation, highest common factor on the outside, and divide each of these terms by the highest common factor will tell us what's left to go inside the bracket. The next question talks about expanding. It's the opposite of factorising really. It's instead of finding the highest common factor, we already know what the factor is. The factor was 4. Now we multiply back out. So expand means take each of these terms and multiply. So we've got 4 times x, which is 4x, and then we've got 4 times positive 2, which is positive 8, so plus 8. So the answer here will be 4x plus 8. Just to remind you that the check for this factorisation would be to multiply out. So we do 3x times 3x, which is 9x squared, and then we do 3x times negative 2y, which is negative 6xy. So the check there did show us that we got back what was originally in the question, 9x squared take away 6xy, 9x squared take away 6xy. And the last part of this question talks about expanding 2 brackets. There's lots of methods for this. I classically use the grid method just so that I can see exactly what I'm doing, and again I'm keeping signs with the thing to the right. So we've got plus 3 and negative 3 there, negative 5 there. We're timesing, so here we've got x times x, x squared, x times negative 5, negative 5x, positive 3 times x, positive 3x, positive 3 times negative 5, negative 15. So again we look for like terms and because the question said simplify as well. So in here then we've got x squared, nothing no more x squareds to simplify that. Then we've got 3x take away 5x, take away 15. These are our like terms, so they join together. Positive 3x take away 5x gives me negative 2x. On the number line I started at positive 3, took away 5, went past 0, went down to negative 2. So negative 2x, take away 15. So expand and simplify with 2 brackets. The grid is one way to do it. Write out each bracket on the side of the grid and then do the multiplications. Times itself, squared, x times negative 5x, and so on. So the answer here, x squared, take away 2x, take away 15. Now the check, again, when you multiply in brackets and things, we should always think of a check. Keep the number for x very simple, so just 1. Then the original brackets would have given me 1 take away 5 times 1 plus 3. 1 take away 5 is negative 4, 1 plus 3 is 4, so we're doing negative 4 times 4, which is negative 16. I then try the x squared, take away 2x, take away 15 with 1, so that gives me 1 squared, take away 2 times 1, take away 15, well, that's 1, take away 2, take away 15, and we've got 1 take away 2, which is negative 1, take away 15 more, which is negative 16. So our check shows that both the original brackets and our expanded form, using a simple number like 1 for x, substitute that in, gives us a negative 16 for both sides. Therefore the check worked, so we can be happy that we've done the right sums. That was a review of some of the types of algebra questions they give you on the higher papers. In fact, all of these apart from D you'll also find on the Foundation GCSE papers as well.